What's up, everybody? It's another Mixed Up podcast. I'm your host, Joel Hawkinson. Of course, I'm here with my buddy.
Who's in pain? H. Jones.
I don't know. He was sitting and somehow pulled a muscle. I don't know. He's getting old. We're getting old. We're all getting old. You're getting old. Everyone's getting old. You know how that works? Because that's how humanity works.
That's true. That's true.
I get so embarrassed when people are like, well, I'm young, I'll be young forever. No, but you're going to be stupid for a while. Yeah. I even knew that at 14, looked at my friends who would talk like it wasn't, and I'm like, man, I have dumb friends. They were doing BTS Pied Piper, and it's because Pied Piper is so unusual of a name, that's why.
Okay.
At least I think so. Could also be that I watched like all the seasons of Silicon Valley, which the company was called Pied Piper, so that could be also part of it. Anyways, but yeah, so we're gonna be doing BTS Pied Piper, which YouTube threw at us, which was cool, man. YouTube's been doing a pretty good job. They've been throwing us some new artists. Then they came back and started throwing us BTS stuff. We were like, all right, let's go with it. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. I wonder how long they're going to keep throwing BTS stuff at us, though.
They have a lot of music, so it could be a while.
I don't know. Last time they shifted us to Snow Wife.
That's true, too.
Because I found out it's exactly 50 episodes was the last time we did a BTS full song.
That far?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 220. 220 was the last one, but we've missed a couple weeks and episode spots, so it's been a couple months. But yeah, so we did Jungkook and stuff like that, but
yeah, solo stuff.
I really don't know the last BTS episode. I think it was like probably even longer than that, but yeah, so we're going to be checking out Pied Piper today, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when new things are coming out, and check out mk5studios.com if you need graphic design, web design, video, pre and post production. Also, if you can, get 20% off your first official project. I'm not talking about smaller projects. It has to be at least a retail value of $500 or more. So,
not on like a little business card?
No. Oh, it's a live version. I'm sorry. The live version. Okay. So, one, their falsettos are on so much point. The cleanliness of being a live performance and the fact that they were just sharp as a knife.
That was
like
all Jimin.
Not sharp like off, like sharp like perfect. In line. Even V's falsetto is high.
Yeah.
I'm like, that dude, and he's like, I'm like, what the like, I'm like, it's such a clean falsetto. Oh, that's very upsetting. It's such a clean falsetto.
You're upset because it's so clean?
Yeah. It's fresh, it's a clang. Like, it's literally clean falsetto. It's a clean falsetto. The rap lines were great. Vocal line was just fucking on par. Like, I mean, Jimin and Jungkook, they have such similar voices, but they are different in the inflections and tones, and just a little bit higher range depending on what type of, if they're doing falsetto or full voice, you know? Because Jimin's is going to be higher in full voice, but Jungkook's going to be higher in falsetto. Which you wouldn't think that was true, but it is, which is weird. But yeah, I mean, it was a good song. Which of course I know that it's for, I know that it's for Army because they really said that at the beginning. But I'm curious because Pied Piper also means something very specific. So I'm curious their version of it. Yeah, see, that's what I figured. Because they said at one part in time, this is not a punishment, So that's what I know it is. BTS Pied Piper is filled with tough love towards fan culture, which I'm appreciative of that because that's awesome. Becoming the most prominent Korean musical act in the U.S. market since Psy. Well, let's be honest, they're bigger across the entire world. The U.S. market is very small for them. I mean, because they're doing Japanese, South Korean. I mean, Chinese fans. They have fans in Brazil, like all over the place. Based on the standout track, Pied Piper. Pied Piper is BTS' most subversive song of their career, thanks to its takedown of the very fan culture that has helped the act thrive. A take on K-pop's rampant and highly profitable fan culture. Pied Piper is BTS doing what they do best, addressing a societal problem through their jaunty music. This writer loves to use weird phrases that no one else would. Jaunty. In this case, obsessive nature of their fans originally derived from fanatics. In line with the band's career focus on urging their youthful audience to pursue its own dreams. Okay. Yeah. And the dangers that involved on it. Yeah, now stop watching and study. Your parents and bosses hate me. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Filled with tough love, warm affection is audible through the soft melody and lighthearted delivery of the raps, turning the song away from being a bitter clapback and into a guiding ode from BTS to their fans, overflowing with paternal tenderness. Okay, you know what?
That's sweet.
That's cool, though. No, I'm just glad I really did ask when we first started doing their videos, as I was curious, like, is anyone going to address the mugger in the room? Like, that's what I felt like. I knew that if they had rabid fans, that's great, because having great fandom is awesome. Army's awesome. But Army's literally told us there's a percentage of Army that we don't consider Army. They're a little too much. And I went, okay, well, what's too much? And then I just saw occasionally a comment come up, and I'm like, oh, that's mean. Like, it was just super cruel. Like, they're not clever. They're not interesting or clever. It's usually like the lowest hanging fruit they go for.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I just feel bad for you, little psycho. But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad they addressed it in a song, and it makes perfect sense. Pied Piper, because that whole story is goofy as hell. which has also been a metaphor for getting the Druids out of Ireland. But yeah, let's not look into that context of it. Let's just look into the Pied Piper sing a song for you and you snakes come along. Yeah, okay, I like that. They're addressing the elephant in the room, which is please don't kill us. Because that's what it is. You sociopaths. You know who you are. Calm down.
You people.
Have your own dreams. Stop super obsessing. Please don't murder us. Yeah.
I can't have you. No one can.
Yeah. I don't think you can calm that type of person down, though. Like, you just become a target permanently. Yeah. And if they feel like it, it'd be like, I want to wear your hair. Like, that's just what's going to happen. Unless you have really good security. Always keep that for the rest of your life, boys. Because,
yeah,
for real, they might wait till you might be vulnerable. So just have it for the rest of your life.
He's by himself getting donuts.
Goes to visit the Japanese gardens. Taking a bath. He's 68 years of age, and some guy jumps in the bath and goes, I've loved you. Oh, shit. I let Bill go last week. Damn it. You don't want that happening. It's not cool, man. But I'm telling you, you can't stop when people are at that point, when they're delusional like that. You can't stop them. You just have to have really good security. If you don't, come outside your home, which is gated, and then... You know, that's the end of that. But yeah, like, you have to watch out when you're at that kind of level of fame, man. You're going to have some people who have been like watching everything you do, obsessing over everything you do, and get to the point where it's almost like, I think he's talking to me.
We've never met, but he knows me.
Yeah. He speaks to me through his music and sends me messages. That's someone who has a weird grip on reality. So, I mean, you got to kind of watch out for that thing. And you can't always see it.
I can't ever see it.
No, you can sometimes.
Well, when you meet him, I guess.
Pied Piper thing. I mean, what'd you think of the song and all that?
I was enjoying the performance piece of it. Even just with this clip, the size of the stage and all the screens they got going on. I know they're in some humongous stadium because that's what we've seen. But I think it was V. He walks out and he sang like 2 lines. He was like, before he said like 2 lines.
You sound like a bird from Africa. Just no, I do agree. Especially at the beginning when they had the rotating stage and they're all on the edge of it with their stands for their microphones, like lighting up and doing fun stuff. And I was like, pretty trippy.
Or even when RM, I think he said, I have a gift for you, and he puts his hands out and the crowd just like, because it's like, I feel like I'd be on stage and that would happen. I would just like giggle because it'd be funny.
What type of giggle you talking about, man? Would you be like,
because it's almost like it's so different and so strange. It's like, wow, is this really happening? Like, I stuck my hand out and 100,000 people just, oh my God. All I did was this.
Crazy weird. It would be super weird. I wouldn't be able to handle it. I already know that. Like, the minute even a little smidgen of their success, I'd have been like, I'm out. Like, I'd just been like, nope, too much, I'm out. I can't help it, guys. I just don't. Like, if this thing got really popular and we would have millions of views, and then I would go out to, say, a Kroger's and 50 people wanted to stop and get my autograph, I'd be like, well, I'm done. Because that would just be the end of it.
Well, we already got 1,000 videos, just replay.
Yeah, I'll just replay them and repackage them or something. I'm done. I'm not making, I mean, I might make more shit, but I just won't leave my house ever again. I'll hire a guy named, I don't know,
Tom.
Pablo or Tim or James or Jamiroquai. I don't know. I'll hire somebody. He needs something to do. I'll just hire somebody to go out and get me groceries and stuff like that, or pretend to be me in a hat so I can like live my own life.
Have you a whole bunch of John Cena's? at that.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know how people haven't done the decoy thing in Fame. Like, just have someone who looks like them and put them at special events and then be like at a Denny's. And be like, hey, man, are you blah, blah, blah? No, you didn't see the news? He's literally at blah, blah doing a signing. He'd be like, oh, it's not you. Okay. I'm like, yeah, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just not meant for fame. I just find it to be pointless and useless. I mean, I will tell you, out of all the famous people I've seen in my years of existing, BTS has done more with the little bit that they've had than anyone else I've ever seen do. Actors, politicians, no one's done more than these dudes. No one's done more in their own careers and individual careers, and then what they do for the world and trying to make it a better place. Not one other person in this world does as much as them. I'm serious. I mean, there may be people who do a lot of stuff locally or do this and do that. That's cool. Or they do fundraisers and things. But these guys are like actively doing a bunch of different shit at once, you know? And then they have fans that are also doing stuff. I mean, none of Jennifer Aniston's fans are going and helping the world. Like, they're not caring about those things. None of them do that. Like, no one's just like, I've loved Anthony Hopkins since I was like 10 years old. Father being. But you're not going and trying to save puppies and shit. That's just not how it works. So the fact that these, like, it's not just them and their fan base is doing such good work around the world, it's like, I don't think you could compete ever. It might be 20 years from now, some band, or 30 or 40 years from now, some band will pop up, which will be like, you know, just as popular. And they'll be like, you know, let's just be more like NSYNC, not BTS. You know, let's not really do shit for anybody else. Let's just do shit for ourselves. But who knows, man? I'm just saying, like, that's just craziness. They do so much. So much. And so do you guys do it all. Do it.
If you got it to give, then give it.
Yeah. Do a lot of charity work and stuff like that. They do a lot of stuff. We've seen a lot of the shit that they've done. It's awesome. It's great. It's more useful managing your time that way. You know, you're just happier. Generally.
Yep.
Okay. Any other things to add?
I just need a snack. That's
okay. Super weird that you bring that up now, but okay. Better health, better wealth, my friends. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when new videos are coming out. Go ahead and check out mk5studios.com. If you need graphics or web design or video pre and post production and you have a business or something like that, we also have connections with printers and a bunch of stuff worldwide. What?
Deliverables. That was it.
Here it is, your moment of zen. No, I'm kidding.
That was before we were friends, just to say.
Yeah. Well, we were adults when we became friends.
Yeah, so I wasn't part of the dumb friends. That's all I was saying.
No. When I'm talking like 13, 14, my friends were like, I'm going to live beyond forever. And I'm like, no, you're not. That's not how that works. You're going to be your dad's age. You're going to have a kid and you're going to be like, oh, you youngin', blah, blah, blah. And that kid's going to be like, I'm going to live forever. And then he's going to grow old and have a kid. And that kid's going to be like, I'm going to live forever. And you're going to be like, yeah, you dumb youngin'. And I'm like, you're all fucking idiots. Just generations of stupid people that don't realize their own mortality. And it's perfectly fine to know your own mortality. We went into a really dark topic so early. I know. We haven't even started the video.
Watch it be I'm sorry.
Watch it be the most happy video in the world.
About life.
About life and love and kindness. And we're over here talking about, you need to be okay with your own death. It's just super dark. Sorry, I apologize. We're only 2 minutes in. It's like 2 minutes in, man. Okay, I'm sorry.
Remember the name of the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we actually, well,
about a button.
Yeah, they actually don't do like the smaller stuff anymore just because it's not cost effective. So if like you have business cards for 50 employees, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But business cards for like one employee and you want 250 cards, it's like, oh my goodness, the price point, just go to Vistaprint. It's so much cheaper. Now, if you're doing thousands of cards for multiple employees, no, it's not cheaper. It's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cheaper than having to deal with, getting a design done than doing this, which you can still get a design done. I mean, that's not much. It's maybe an hour worth of time unless you're super picky. And if you're super picky, then
are
not that picky. Not on a business card. A business card is literally a throwaway object. It's not
They're like, hey, I want my name, I want my number, I want my email, I want my social media, I want my website. I want this other link. Can you do QR codes?
I want 4-color both sides. I want spot UV where it looks shiny on some parts and matte finish on others.
Yep. Can you color the edge?
Huh?
Can you color the edge of the card too? The ones that are like 32 point?
Those are dumb.
They look cool. I want that. But I still want the spot UV.
That's literally a card that you do throw away because you couldn't even put it in your wallet.
Yeah, they're like credit cards.
No, they're thicker than credit cards. Credit cards are literally 16 to 18 point. 32 points? That's a fucking coaster. It's a fucking coaster. That's thicker than a coaster.
I've seen so far one person that had those.
Where it's like spongy. Like you can flatten it further. Yeah, it's like and it's like, oh, that's like a mattress. When do you have a mattress business card? No, the ones I like are like the frosted glass, plastic, or clear is okay. Unless you, one dude was so stupid. Okay, I'm sorry, we're going on a tangent. I'm going to throw this at the end of the episode, but it's pretty funny. This guy got a business card done and he was like, I want the opacity of everything like around 30%. I'm like, why? And he's like, I want it to be like see-through. I said, you do understand the logic of that, right? Why? I said, you don't get it that they're not going to be able to see anything. Well, no, they're going to be able to see stuff. I'm like, okay, bud. You got it printed? He's literally like,
what's your name?
I'm like, unless it's nighttime, they're not going to see this shit. If it's nighttime and there's light in the back and you have to put something behind it to see it, I'm like, it's not going to work, man. You just made it more difficult to see your business card. He was like, oh, I totally regret getting those. I'm like, yeah, you do. Of course you do.
Expensive too.
Well, yeah, they are. Like if you got a normal spot UV here and there. You're looking at $50, whatever else, for like 250 or something like that, right? You get that kind of card. You're looking at $150 for like 100. And that's just like the base version of that plastic card, you know? Like then they have the thicker coaster plastic ones, and they have the oval ones, and dude, there's so many different variables now. It's just ridiculous. They even have metallic pearl, which if you get that with spot UV, it's expensive, but it looks super dope. It's where it's like almost a metallic sheen to the cards. I'm having a set actually come. It's not going to be full on out like I would have wanted, but you can do a foil overlay on spot UV and make that like metallic reflective. And I'm like, that's hardcore. That'd be something where if they took out the business card, someone 10 rows back would be like, Jesus, fucking turn it down, man. Like it's just reflective as hell, man. So yeah, that's eventually I'll get something like that, and I'll do the plastic cards because that just means they're going to stick around longer, and that person may not justifiably throw it away.
These are too nice to toss.
May not be that. I'll make it cool looking, and maybe you have to have this card to get a discount.
There you go. Return the card for a discount.
Trickery. Okay, so we're going to check out this video. Let's check it out. Sorry for the long incursion about graphics and stuff and business cards, but you need to know it if you own a business or you come anywhere close to owning one. You got it. Everybody works. Are you really dancing to a Peloton commercial?
You were going to cut it anyway, so I figured I'd just do something stupid. And now you want to keep it.
Okay, let's check it out. Pied Piper. This is not a real video. Knew it. Pied Piper BTS. Fucking asshole. Alyssa, you're an asshole.
Why? Because it didn't say official MV. It just said MV without the official.
With her fucking name at the bottom of it. Yeah. Look, it even says I watched the whole video. I didn't. You know that. You know that. Motherfucker. We didn't say live or not live.
We didn't.